Hey, Comm Crew. Welcome back to Comm English Company. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Tom. And today, we're talking about something that happened to me last year. Something embarrassing. Something I still think about.
Something that made Tom cry in a parking lot.
I didn't cry. I was just sweating from my eyes.
Tom got scammed online. He lost money. And the worst part?
The worst part was not the money. The worst part was that when it happened, when I realized, I was on the phone with the scammer. And I completely froze. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know the words. I didn't know how to argue in English. I just went quiet.
And that silence cost him more than he wanted to admit.
So today, this episode is for every person who has been in a scary situation in English. A scam, a dispute, a disagreement, and just went blank.
We're going to give you 10 real phrases to fight back, stay calm, and protect yourself. Not in textbook English, in real English.
And we're going to talk about why your brain freezes in these moments and how to unstick it fast.
Comm Crew, if this has ever happened to you, comment right now. I froze too. Let's normalize this together. Let's go. Okay, so before we get to the phrases, I need to explain something important. Because I've heard from so many of you in the comments, in DMs, and the story is always the same.
What's the story?
Someone calls, or emails, or texts, and they say something like, "Your account has been suspended," or "You owe money to the government," or "Your package cannot be delivered. Click here."
Classic.
And the person listening, especially if English is their second language, they panic because the language sounds official, it sounds legal, it sounds scary. And when something sounds scary in a language you're still learning,
Your brain goes into survival mode. And survival mode is not language mode.
exactly. There's actually a name for this in psychology. It's called linguistic freeze, when emotional stress overrides your language processing, and it's twice as powerful in a second language.
So it's not that you're stupid. It's not that your English is bad. It's that your brain chose flight over fluency.
Right, and scammers know this. They are trained, yes, professionally trained, to target people who seem uncertain, who pause, who use simple language, because uncertainty sounds like vulnerability.
That's actually terrifying.
It is. I read a report last year that said English learners and immigrants are 3 times more likely to lose money in phone scams than native speakers. 3 times.
Why?
Because the scammer uses complex, fast, official-sounding English on purpose. They say things like, "This is a federal compliance issue, and immediate action is required to avoid prosecution."
What does that even mean?
Exactly. And if you don't know what prosecution means, or compliance, or federal, you don't argue. You comply.
So the language itself becomes a weapon against you.
But here's what we're going to do today. We're going to take that weapon away from them. We're going to give you the exact phrases, simple, confident, powerful, that stop a scam in its tracks.
And I'll tell you exactly what I wish I'd said on that phone call.
Stay with us until section 4, because at 14:30, we give you one phrase that literally makes scammers hang up immediately. We tested it.
Okay, let's talk about the 4 most common scam situations our listeners face and give you the exact English for each one.
Situation number 1. The "your account is suspended" call.
This is usually a phone call or a robocall. A voice says, "Your bank account has been suspended due to suspicious activity. Press 1 to speak to a representative."
What you should say, "I'm not pressing anything. I'm going to hang up and call my bank directly."
Simple, firm, no negotiation.
And if a real person gets on the line and pushes back, you say, I did not initiate this call. I will only speak to my bank through their official number. Goodbye.
Notice, I did not initiate this call. That phrase alone signals that you know what's happening.
Situation number 2. The "you owe money" email.
This is an email, looks official, has a logo, says, your invoice is overdue. Pay immediately to avoid legal action.
What to do? Don't click anything. Reply or call with, please provide your official company registration number and a physical address. I will verify this with my legal advisor before taking any action.
Legal advisor. You don't need to have one. The words do the work.
Situation number 3. The online seller won't refund dispute.
You bought something online. It never arrived. The seller ignores you or says, sorry, no refunds after 24 hours.
What to say? I paid for a product I never received. This is not a refund request. This is a dispute under consumer protection law. I am opening a chargeback through my bank.
Chargeback. Write this word down. This is one of the most powerful words in English when dealing with online fraud.
Situation number 4. The in-person overcharge.
You're at a shop, a mechanic, a contractor. They charge you double what was agreed.
You say, this is not what we agreed on. I have the original quote here. I'm happy to pay the agreed amount, but I'll need a written explanation for this difference before I pay anything more.
Written explanation. Scammers hate paper trails. Coming up next, my actual story. What happened, what I said, what I should have said. It's embarrassing, but I think it'll help you.
Okay, Tom, no escape. Tell us what happened.
Okay. So, about 14 months ago, I was looking to rent a flat. I found a listing online. Beautiful apartment, great price, too good to be true, which I obviously ignored.
Classic.
I spoke to the landlord on the phone. His English was perfect. He sounded professional. He asked me to pay a security deposit via bank transfer to hold the flat. He said lots of people were interested.
The urgency trick.
Exactly. And I transferred the money. Not all of it, but enough. And then, silence. No reply. I called back. The number was disconnected.
And what happened when you realized?
I called my bank. And here's where I froze. The bank customer service spoke very fast, used a lot of legal terms. Fraud claim, unauthorized transaction, chargeback window. And I just said, okay, to everything, because I didn't want to sound stupid. I didn't want to ask them to repeat it. I was embarrassed.
And because of that, you missed something important.
I missed the deadline to dispute the transaction by 3 days because I didn't understand what chargeback window meant, and I was too embarrassed to ask.
That is the most heartbreaking part of this story to me. Not the scam, the silence.
Yeah.
So here are 5 phrases that would have saved Tom those 3 days. Write these down, comm crew. Phrase 1. When you don't understand a legal term. I'm sorry, could you explain what means in simple terms? I want to make sure I understand everything correctly before I proceed.
So polite, so professional, and so useful.
Phrase 2. When they speak too fast. I apologize. Could you please slow down? This is very important to me, and I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You're not apologizing for your English. You're apologizing for the situation, and that reframes it completely. Phrase 3. When you need time to decide. I appreciate the information. I need 24 hours to consult with someone before I respond. Is that acceptable?
This phrase alone stops any pressure tactic. Real professionals will say yes. Scammers will say you have to decide right now.
Phrase 4. When you want to record the conversation. I'd like to let you know that I'm recording this conversation for my own records. Is that okay? Most countries allow one-party recording, and this one sentence changes everything. Scammers hang up. Real companies say fine. Phrase 5. When you feel pressured. I don't respond well to pressure. If this offer or situation can't wait 24 hours, then I'm not interested. Please give me time or I'll end this call.
That last one is hard to say if you're not confident. But practice it at home. Say it in the mirror. Because the day you need it, your mouth needs to already know how it feels.
Okay, comm crew. This is the section you came for. 10 phrases. Real, tested, powerful. Tom, you take odd numbers, I'll take even.
Let's go. Phrase 1. To immediately stop a pressure call, I did not initiate this contact. Please send everything in writing to my email. This signals you're informed. It also gets them off the phone. Phrase 2. To report to your bank. I'd like to report a fraudulent transaction and open a formal dispute. Can you give me the reference number for this case?
Always ask for a reference number. This creates a paper trail and shows them you're serious. Phrase 3. The magic scammer ending phrase. Promised at 2 o'clock. I'm recording this call and will be forwarding it to the relevant Consumer Protection Authority.
This is the one. In our testing, in testing with people who told us their stories, this phrase caused the caller to hang up 9 times out of 10. Phrase 4. To dispute a charge at a physical shop. I have the original agreement here showing amount. I'm happy to pay that, but I'll need a written invoice explaining any additional charges before I pay.
Always say written invoice. The word written is powerful. Phrase 5. To report online to a platform. Amazon, eBay, Airbnb. I'm filing a buyer protection claim. The item was not as described and was never received. Please escalate this to your fraud team.
Escalate and fraud team. 2 words that make customer service reps take you seriously immediately. Phrase 6. When emailing to report a scam. I am writing to formally report what I believe to be a fraudulent transaction on date. I am requesting a full investigation and a written response within X business days.
This is formal email English. Print this, save it, use it. Phrase 7. To report to police if needed. I'd like to report a fraud. I've been deceived into transferring money to someone who misrepresented themselves. I have evidence I'd like to submit.
Evidence I'd like to submit, even if it's just screenshots, sounds serious and gets you taken seriously. Phrase 8. When a company won't cooperate. I've made several attempts to resolve this directly. If this is not resolved within 5 business days, I will be pursuing this through Consumer Protection Agency /small claims /chargeback.
You don't have to know what agency. Just say the appropriate authority. It works. Phrase 9. To check if something is a scam. Asking for help. Before I respond to this, could you help me understand, is this a legitimate company? I received this message and I want to verify it before I take any action.
Ask a colleague, a neighbor, a librarian. This phrase opens that door without embarrassment. Phrase 10. The confident closer. I know my rights as a consumer. I will be pursuing this through the appropriate channels. Thank you for your time.
Say this and hang up, or end the email. It tells them, I'm not scared. I'm not confused. I know what I'm doing.
Calm crew. Which of these phrases do you wish you'd known before? Comment the number. We want to know.
Okay, calm crew, let's bring it home.
Today we talked about why English learners are more vulnerable to scams. Not because they're less smart, but because linguistic freeze is real. We talked about 4 real scam situations and exact phrases for each. We talked about my embarrassing parking lot story.
He cried.
I did not. And we gave you 10 real phrases to fight back, report it, and protect yourself in English.
The most important thing I want you to remember from today is this. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to say, I need 24 hours. You are allowed to say, please slow down. You are allowed to not understand. But you are not allowed to stay silent, because silence is what they're counting on.
And your voice, even imperfect, even accented, even uncertain, is enough to protect you. You just need the right words, and now you have them.
This week's challenge, and yes, there is a challenge every single week for a reason. Pick one phrase from today's list. Write it on a sticky note. Put it on your phone, your mirror, your desk. Read it out loud 3 times before Friday. Then, if you're brave, use it in any situation this week, even a small disagreement, even in a shop. Tell us in the comments how it went.
We read every comment, every single one. And next episode, we're going to shout out the most powerful story we receive.
So comment, I practiced phrase number, and tell us what happened.
Calm crew, thank you for being here. This channel is growing because of you. Every share, every comment, every subscriber, it genuinely matters to us.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. If you're not subscribed yet, this is your sign. Hit the button. Join the Calm Crew.
We'll see you Friday. Take care of yourselves.
And don't get scammed.
Too real, Lucy. Too real.